Welcome to my channel, Foxey Sunrise. My name is Tiffany, and today we're doing a pick a card reading surrounding Cancer season and Cancerian energy. So even if you aren't a sun sign in Cancer, or you aren't necessarily familiar with astrology, you can look at Cancer energy as an archetype of the personality. Cancer energy is connected to the moon, and it is ruled by the moon in astrology. So it is a feminine sign, and it is also a water sign as far as the element that it falls under, and it is a cardinal sign as far as the modality and the way that the energy moves. So with it being a feminine watery cardinal sign, cardinal is a modality in astrology that expresses a movement of initiation. And when we think of water, symbolically water represents emotions, creativity, intuition, and maybe psychic ability if you're into that. So we all have the signs come in and out of different areas and affect different areas of our lives, depending on how your astrology chart is set up. And I do have a link in the description box down below if you want to calculate your birth chart. And if you have your time of birth, it'll be much more specific, and you'll be able to see if you're able to discriminate and discern kind of where that Cancer energy is playing out. But even if you don't have a major planet in the sign of Cancer, the moon changes signs every day and a half to 2 days, and Mercury, Mars, and Venus also change very quickly. So we are still getting that energy, and we're still experiencing that energy. So this video is not only just for Cancer season, but it's also going to talk about and share with you how Cancer energy supports you and what it's bringing out of you, what it's triggering within you, things like that. So what Cancer energy, the wisdom of Cancer energy, what Cancer energy is trying to bring to you. So yes, Cancer energy is an initiatory energy when it comes to the expression of emotions. So, and it's a personal sign. It's one of the first of the 6 signs. So it's the child. Imagine a child who is old enough to express itself with words and express itself clearly. So I'm thinking of a child of age 2 to 5 who is able to tell you yes or no, who is able to tell you what it likes and dislikes. So this is kind of the energy of Cancer. It's very aware and very rooted in its own senses. It's connected to comfort. It's connected to the womb space and the breasts as far as the human anatomy. So we think of nurturing, sustenance, home and hearth, as well as another connection we can make to the sign of Cancer. But being aware of your emotions, boundaries are really important when we talk about any water signs. And also discerning which links us back to boundaries, but discerning what emotions are ours and what emotions aren't ours, so we can dissect and separate feelings that are worth emoting and using our energy towards expressing, and feelings that are someone else's. So empathy is a big thing with most water signs, all the water signs. So yeah, depending on where Cancer falls in your chart, especially because the sun illuminates things and brings light to things. It may be an illumination of emotions or emotional connections or an emotional trigger in a certain aspect of your life experience. Cancer is also connected to family roots, home and hearth, like I said, and the childhood. So for some people, childhood triggers may be coming up. Maybe issues around the mother may be more triggered around Cancer season, or scenarios that involve the mother may come up around Cancer season, because Cancer is connected to the feminine, but also the mother. So I think that's everything, all the information I want to share about Cancer. But it's a very, very sensitive sign. So there may be heightened sensitivity, heightened sensitivity and senses, otherworldly senses, heightened intuition. Also, another thing with Cancer is dreams. So some of you may be experiencing heightened dreams as well, as certain planetary bodies move through your astrological birth chart in Cancer, or as we move through Cancer season and Cancerian energy. So, yes, I think that is everything. Beware of defensiveness with Cancer. So Cancer can be on the defense. Some, if not most of the water signs are on defense because of their natural sensitivity, and being defensive could lean more towards a more vulnerable Cancerian type of energy. Also, I want to mention insomnia too. So either vivid dreams, or maybe just becoming a little bit more nocturnal when Cancer season or Cancer energy touches the birth chart, or if you have a lot of Cancerian energy. Lethargy is another thing that's coming up for some people. Feeling a little bit more lethargic, maybe needing more sustenance, which connects to Cancer, I mentioned earlier. So eating more home-cooked meals versus takeout, lessening your indulgence with that. So root vegetables, stews. I mean, it's summer, so maybe not a stew, but something hearty, something homey, something familiar. There's a need to add more energy to the body, so there may be a need to take more naps, and maybe it's harder to get out of bed for some of you because you're wanting to stay in that comfortable space. Also want to say music. Some of you may have certain songs on replay. I feel like music is a big thing with water energy. Some nostalgic music. Nostalgia is a big thing with Cancer energy as well. Going down memory lane a lot. Being stuck in the past. Issues with letting go. When we think of Cancer, the animal connected to Cancer is the crab, and if you've ever been to the beach and experienced a crab getting stuck on like a thread of fabric on on a piece of clothing you're wearing, like that's kind of the image of Cancer. Those pinchers get caught in things, and they attach and they hang on. So becoming strongly attached is a theme with Cancerian energy as well. So again, depending on where it falls in your chart, if you have a lot of this energy in your chart, this could be a theme for you, or could be a behavior that's very prevalent and cyclical. Okay, cycles also connect to Cancer. Again, like being attached to things, so going around and around. So karma can be connected to Cancer, as well as the ancestors. I mentioned family and childhood, so even just generational roots, the family tree, those things, those types of themes are connected to Cancer. So having a connection to your roots, or even owning, like, depending on where it falls in your chart. So for example, like a Gemini rising person that may have a lot of relics or memorabilia from their family, or they may cherish things connected to their family. So like recipes, clothing, paintings, things like that, as an example. Okay, 11 minutes in. Alright, so we have 3 groups today. Choose as many as you're drawn to. All the timestamps will be down below in the description box. And I will see you there. Okay, just need to keep track of the time. So it's 10 minutes. 10, 11 minutes. Okay, so group 1 is completion, with I love myself completely and unconditionally, number 24. Number 2 is perseverance, with number 43. I unleash my wildness and choose to be free. And then group 3 got a couple cards. We have change in love, with number 42. I am the weaver of my reality. Okay, and I will see you at your pile. Hello, group 1. We have completion and I love myself completely and unconditionally. So, let's see. Okay, so I'm getting strong Virgo energy. Maybe Virgo rising, Virgo Venus. Venus and Virgo. Virgo ascendant. Virgo moon. There's a strong theme of self-criticism and perfectionism. Those words are coming into my mind. Let's see, I'm trying to think. So Cancer would fall into your 11th house if you're a Virgo rising. Interesting. I need to know. Group 1. Group 1. I'm also getting Libra rising. Okay, we have the Hanged Man. Wow, okay. And Aries rising. Okay. There's a rediscovery of self-worth, reinvestment in the self. I feel through alone time, and that Virgo energy came out here in the Hermit card. It's a Virgo card with the Hangman and the Five of Swords. I hope you can see that. So it feels like there was a lot of contemplation, a pause. This energy pulls you back within yourself. It allows you to feel the feelings, especially because I feel Virgo can be a very heady and analytical sign. So I'm getting strong mercurial energy, so that would be Gemini or Virgo. But I'm getting more Virgo. But there's just something about this energy that is very in the head. And Cancerian energy, the emotions bring you back down into your body. The energy of Cancer brings you back down to your body. It slows you down. It allows you to feel and tend to yourself. I'm also getting Leo rising here. Leo rising with Virgo in the second house. So the emotions can be felt within solitude. There's a need to reassess certain things, maybe shadow work or an examination of your thoughts. I didn't even see, like, way over here. Yeah, an examination of your thoughts and the way that you've been treating yourself. So I feel that Cancerian energy is inviting you to be a lot softer, to be gentler, to be nude, to be vulnerable. In this picture we have somebody who is nude, sitting in a lotus, and when this card came out, I thought of the my voice keeps cracking, oh my gosh. Okay. I was thinking of the lotus growing through the mud analogy. So it's almost like group one has been very focused on the mud and not even realizing what you were birthing into from the mud, and how the mud was adding to the nourishment, to the nutrients, to the vitality that made you this lotus. So it's like focusing and seeing only the flaws and the muck and the dirtiness over what came out of those things. So it's like a completion of being at war with your own mind, with your own self, settling the soul. Well, the soul I don't think needs to be settled. Let me correct myself. Settling the mind and your nerves. I feel like this group maybe suffers with a lot of just bundled up nerves, a lot of mental activity, chatter, maybe scatteredness, a lot of high energy, but it comes through as anxiety. I feel like this group needs to do something with their hands. They need to be more creative, or body work, so yoga. Maybe not anything too intense, but just something that allows you to slow down and sense your breathing. With these bones here in the completion card, I'm thinking that, and maybe more for the feminine or for the feminine identified people, there is this pattern with maybe the feminine side of your family that wasn't really taught how to see themselves as beautiful, how to care and nurture and love for themselves. How to love and appreciate themselves and honor themselves. There's a lot of self-sacrificing energy with the feminine side of the family, and as a generational cycle and pattern. Yeah, there's a lot coming up in reflection, a lot of wisdom that's been gained as you slowed down and quieted your mind and created these rituals, which is a really strong word here, rituals and routines that allow you to become more clear within your mind, and to clean out the clutter that's been around you and in your thoughts, and also in your body, because these thought forms, these beliefs get stored in our body, and they can be expressed in certain behaviors that create anxiety. So I guess one example could be picking your skin, or maybe constantly looking in the mirror, and not in a positive way, but just to see if something's changed or if something's wrong still, or just being in the mirror looking for something wrong. So just little things like that, it starts to come out and be expressed within the body. So there's a need to release and purge those things. I don't know why I feel like this group might have like painful menstrual cycles from just stress and tension, and there may be like a genetic predisposition for that, or it may come from it may be common within your family to have discomfort during your periods. But I think like that's also another belief that needs to be purged and released. Yeah, so seeing things from a new perspective is really important. Let's see. I forgot I had other cards over here. All right. Attraction. supermoon. Cancerian energy for them. Cancerian energy, clarification for attraction. Okay, that's really, and then we have release at the bottom of the deck. That's really interesting. We have attraction, but then we have beauty. In reverse, and then release. So again, there's like it feels very strongly like a self-worth issue stemming from just the habit of not choosing you, or the habit of judging yourself. So it's not that, with this group, it's not that you don't necessarily love yourself or are incapable of loving yourself and seeing yourself as worthy. It's just that we form habits, and these habits create beliefs, and then we begin to believe that this is who we are. We're this imperfect person that has a lot to change and improve upon. And there's a constructive way of looking at that and a destructive way of looking at that. And so I feel that there's this magnetic potential, but this attractive aura or energy that you have needs to be built on a foundation of seeing and witnessing your beauty through your own eyes and believing that, buying into it, convincing yourself, and however you can do that in the healthiest way, and in the most loving way, that is very important. And here we have the bottom of the deck is release, and I feel that there's things that need to be let go of so that your beauty can come out. And I feel that a lot of the things that you are carrying, a lot of the things that you have been dealing with, that you haven't expressed or allowed to breathe and be processed and integrated, are what's keeping you from seeing your own beauty. Because as we delve into the things that we've been through and gone through, we're able to more clearly see, like, damn, like, I'm a strong ass person for going through that, or wow, like, I've done a lot with myself. I'm very talented in acknowledging these different aspects of ourselves. It's really important. So there's a need to release these like kind of like old, it looks like dead trees. Like she's releasing from that, and then you see the butterflies, which is new life. So releasing from these old trees. It's almost like I'm thinking of the family tree, like these old dead values and thoughts and ideas and mindsets, and also releasing your true self out of its cage so it can breathe and people can see it because it's beautiful, and not being afraid to show those sides of yourself, whether it's, you know, a little weird or quirky or awkward. At first it might feel a little awkward at first, but that's totally fine. Cancerian energy. Cancerian energy. Cancerian energy. Cancerian wisdom. Song of the Siren, the call summoning voice to acknowledge. We have 44 again. Homeland, arrival, a journey ends, establishment, building settled. So, number 5, the Song of the Siren is really all about expression, expressing yourself. So what's interesting is my voice was cracking earlier, and I drank some water that I had near me, which I'm going to take a swig again, but started to wonder if there was a throat chakra issue. Of the ability to set boundaries. And I thought I had the other day was, if I allow my thoughts to run crazy and rampant in my mind and allow them to talk to me any kind of way, then no wonder I allow other people to talk to me any kind of way, you know? So setting those boundaries, even with yourself and your own mind, like, it seems a little crazy, but like telling your own mind, like, shut up, this isn't true, like, why are you bashing me right now, you don't know me. Or even energetically, mentally shutting those thoughts down, self deprecating thoughts. Okay. And then homeland just feels like coming back home to yourself. Says establishment, building, and settled. A journey ends. And then we have completion up here. So it just feels like... And then 44 twice. There's like a that's funny. There's like a glow up in the works. A glow up in the works. A glow up in the making. That was the word that came to my mind. It made me laugh. Coming home to yourself. Rebuilding. From the ground up. From where you... I don't want to say started, but where you were brought to. From just nurture and environment. And now you are rebuilding your foundation based on what's true for you, and what's healthy, what allows you to glow, to grow, and what doesn't hold you back and weigh you down. So the last card is Bridget, inner strength. Move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. That's beautiful. So there's a lot of green here, a lot of healing going on in the fire within the heart space. So, and fire is a transmuting type of element. And so it makes me think of a transmutation of the wounds in your heart space, of the heartbreak, of the betrayals, and using creativity or dance, movement, or just different ways of empowering yourself. So setting boundaries, expression, unapologetic expression, speaking up, dressing however you want, embellishing yourself, adorning yourself, and allowing yourself to flow towards the things that you're interested in so it can expand you are some of the ways that you can be reignited. But to feel those feelings, and to release them, because the person that you are rebirthing into, where I'm getting that back to the topic of Cancer with the womb, the energy that you're rebirthing into no longer needs to carry those emotions, but we can't just ignore them. We have to move through them, and that is our process of releasing them. And then after they've been lived through, that final step of living through this old existence, we can become refreshed and anew and start building the foundation for our new existence. Of someone who's stronger, of someone who is much more themselves and more free, or freer, who is freer. Alright, group 1, that is your reading. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you for coming by. Like, share, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you later. Group 2. Group 2, this is your reading. Perseverance. And I unleash my wildness and choose to be free. Let's see. I really don't want to speak too soon. I'm seeing someone who may be a Scorpio ascendant or a Sagittarius ascendant. I was also, when I got these cards, like the first card, this one, when I got this card, I was like, okay, this person is softening, right? But then I saw perseverance, and I got a second message of just like, okay, maybe this person needs to toughen up. So, and maybe it's both. Maybe there's like a split down the middle of two sides of the same coin. So group 2, Cancerian, this one for group 2. Interesting. Okay. We have Ten of Swords, Justice in reverse, and then Queen of Wands. Interesting. I'm hearing the word scorned. Scorned woman. So one thing to get out of the way is I keep hearing that group 2 has like this ride or die energy, but that has led them to a space of being this Queen of Wands who doesn't take any shit from anyone, but who's also very creative, but it's a very like hardened version of the feminine a little bit. Like I'm strongly getting that depiction of Cancer energy of the crab with a soft inside and a hard shell. That's kind of what I'm seeing here, but there's reasons for this. There may have been a relationship that was toxic that ended and led you towards embracing your singlehood and independence, and you've sworn off partnerships for a while and have become fiercely independent. Or there may have been some sort of betrayal of some sort, a separation, just people walking all over you, just not treating you right. I wanted to say, I saw a well in my head, and then my oh my gosh, then my mouth said right, so that's kind of why it came out a little weird. Oh my gosh. It's cotton candy clouds, sun setting. It's so pretty. Wow. Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay. Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah, so I feel like somebody who was once ride or die can flip to like you're gone after one wrong move. So this is like, it's a very empowered energy, but I'm worried that it's leaning more towards like being a little defensive or combative. So this group may be the group that might be triggered with some nostalgic memories that aren't so positive, or maybe a little bit more touchy-feely and sensitive whenever Cancerian comes around. Cancerian energy comes around or comes through the chart, or that season comes up. Maybe you're a Cancer moon. That came up a little bit. I'm seeing like fire, air, and water with this group. Like those are the dominant elements in their birth chart, is air, fire, and water. Like a Mercury in a fire sign, or a water sign. And maybe a Mars and a water or fire sign. If you didn't listen to the intro, there is a link in the description box if you want to get your birth chart calculated. Time of birth gives you a much more specific idea of what you're looking at. So that's really, really important. But yeah, I'm imagining someone who spits fire if someone comes at them the wrong way. Like, you're never gonna let somebody do you dirty ever again. Like, y'all are very strong. Very, very strong. Like, some people experience injustice or unfairness, and some people cower, but not y'all. Cancerian energy. Cancerian wisdom for pile 2. Cancerian wisdom. Faith. Okay. Cancerian wisdom for pile 2. Anything else? Purity. Self-love. Okay. 31, 30, and 6. When the Faith card came out, I thought of trust. it's like the experience in your life have corrupted you, and they've taken away your faith in humanity almost, or your faith in relationships, or people. Maybe you're a very soft person. You know, it's interesting. I may be eating my words here, but I'm starting to feel more of a sense that this energy toughens you up, and it teaches you a lot about where you need to set your boundaries and about being much more selfish. And it almost like ignites the fire within you. And sometimes it needs to be tamed a little bit, but the corruption was necessary, even though it was a painful process, because every child has to grow up eventually, and the child connects back to Cancer. So it's going through that disappointment and those lessons that made you who you are today, and you still have that softness, but you aren't to be played with, for sure. Yeah, for some of you there is a need to soften a little bit, but I think there's a benefit to these lessons, and it's definitely strengthened. It's definitely strengthened you. What's interesting about the way that I originally read the reading is I feel almost like it takes a while for someone to really get into your energy, because maybe you give off now because of all that you've been through, like a resting bitch face, or you have sort of this hard shell like I mentioned. But when people really get to know you, which is what I felt like, it was like it's really weird. It's like my mind switched in the middle of this reading. Yeah, it's like as people start to get to know you and you become more comfortable around people, then you start to let your guard down, versus like being that ride or die person like I mentioned in the beginning and letting your guard down immediately. You kind of let people earn it. It's like you keep that pure side of you to yourself. Like you are very, very, very protective of yourself. So it may come off very offensive, and people may misunderstand you initially, which I don't know if you really care about anymore, because you know that it keeps you from people who aren't really worth your time, because they don't even want to try and understand you enough to figure out, you know, does this person really like this? Like, is that how they actually are? Am I judging them? Am I like just triggered by the fact that they have very, very strong boundaries, and I'm like intimidated by their fieriness? Like, you soften around certain people and you keep your circle tight, and someone has to like really have the patience to kind of take their time getting to know you, and then you soften up. Okay, let's see. Group 2. Group 2. 2 Cancerian wisdom. 2 Cancerian wisdom. Yeah, I'm feeling strong Cancer moon and like the 5th or the 9th house, like in a fiery house or a fire ruled house. So if you're familiar with the birth chart, it would be the 1st, the 5th, and the and the 9th houses. Time out, awareness, contemplation, solitude, time alone. Yeah, so you're very independent, I feel, and also again, like you may have strong Coral's wisdom. This one, to be honest, like this is the one card in the deck that I really don't understand. Colony, delicacy, fragility, works that are created over great periods of time. That's so interesting because I did mention how people need to take time to understand you and to get to this delicacy and fragility. But with the time out card, I feel like this group, as fiery as they are, like they're very empathic, so they do need time alone, but they're also very independent, and like you've learned to, through your experiences, to rely more on yourself than others. Again, like this very independent very independent group of people. You're not as like attached as you may have been in the beginning to others. And you feel better away from other people. Like you just have like your select few friends, and maybe they're friends that you've known for a really long time, like from childhood or just for a long period of time. Like you feel very comfortable intuitively around them, like you trust them. You can really share yourself with these people. So I feel like ultimately for group 2, Cancerian energy allowed you to recognize what your boundaries needed to be. It's helping you learn the balance between softness and fieriness, and who deserves to see your fragility, and how people deserve to earn this gift of your presence. So open communication, get a weight off your chest, speak up with love and be heard. Moria, awakening presence, the universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. Okay, so that's interesting. We have Mercury here in reverse, and then this like mention of cloak of protection. So before you even really say what's on your mind, before you express yourself, before you give too much away, it's like this comes up, and this is very wise, observing, almost stern energy before you start talking. Like it's like you assess the situation, you feel it out, your antennas are out feeling to see if you are safe, which is a strong Cancerian theme. So I really feel like this group has strong Cancer energy, specifically Cancer moon, because I feel like for you to open up to anyone, again, it feels like from your experience with other people, for you to open up, it takes feeling comfortable and safe. Safety is a strong Cancerian theme. It's to feel safe and comfortable to come out of that hard shell and to take the cloak of protection off. Yeah, that's really cool. It's really, really cool. So what a journey, group 2. You've come a long way. That's what it feels like. You've come a really long way. Yeah, I want to just say, like, there's part of me in this message that wants to say, relax, take the protection off, like, you're fine, but I feel like it's there for a reason. There's no reason to tell you to do that, and I can't tell you what to do. I think, like, I'm able to see kind of more of the story through all of this. So yeah, it's a beautiful story. It's really cool. You're a very resilient person, very strong person, and you've grown a lot and adapted. You're very adaptable as well. So yeah, group 2, that is your reading. Comment down below, let me know what you think. Thank you for coming by. Like, share, and subscribe for more, and I hope to see you again soon. Group 3. Okay. Welcome to your reading. When I saw the love card, I was thinking of hope and perspective. I don't know why it came to my mind this. I feel like this group has a fear of spiders. I don't know, it's kind of random. But there's a need to find harmony and balance within the mind and the perspective, and to change your beliefs, your belief systems, your thought forms, to understand how they are helping you and hindering you in your life. So I feel like this group may have Mercury in Cancer, or you may be a Taurus rising, or you have Cancer in the 3rd house. If you didn't watch the intro, I have a link in the description box down below if you're interested in calculating your birth chart. Time of birth gives you all the details, specifics, so that's really, really important to have whenever you're looking at that. Yeah, I can't think of any other placement. Or maybe even Mars in Cancer. Or Mars in the 4th house, or Mercury in the 4th house. Page of Swords, okay. Yes, new thoughts, new ideas, refreshing the mind. Okay. Yeah, so I said, so Mercury in the 4th, Mars in the 4th, or Cancer in the 3rd, or Moon in, no, not Moon, Mercury and Cancer in the 3rd. Group 3, so this one for group 3. Okay, wow. Okay. So becoming re-empowered. Needing to let go fully, like something ended, but I feel energetically it hasn't ended for you. And it's blocking in a sense of newness, of inspiration, of a renewal in your inspired action. And the lesson from the ending of this is really taking your power back to empower yourself and understand that you can have whatever you desire, but you need to get your thoughts in order and also your focus in order and aligned, so that you can receive the insights and information that will continue to guide you and lead you to your desired location and manifestation. If some of you are still in the thick of it, you may not see now, but this is supposed to empower you. This was supposed to give you your power back. Bag? Did I say bag? I can't tell because I'm listening to music. This is supposed to allow you to take your power back. And if you need to verbalize it, if you are still energetically linked to this situation, use your power, the power of your words and visualization, and call your power back. I also want to say things can change if you want them to. Like, what do you want? What are your desires? There's a need with this energy. It is trying to get you to connect to your personal feelings, your individual feelings, the feelings you have separate from another. Your feelings independently of other. Feeling independently. So, I feel like this group may have a habit of becoming enmeshed with other people in relationships and confusing their feelings with their with other people's feelings. And maybe this was brought up in childhood, where maybe there was things going on in the household and you were very empathic and enmeshed with the emotions with one or both parents or caretakers or guardians. And maybe it was a survival tactic, or maybe you were just very attached to the particular parent or parents or guardians, and so you were always very hyper aware of their emotions over your own. So growing up with this habitual behavior, it's become a habit in other relationships and scenarios. So by taking your power back through identifying with your emotions and desires and wishes and dreams, and those alone, you'll be able to see more movement in your environment and your reality, as far as what you desire coming to life. And as I say that, I keep getting this question that pops up, like, what do you actually desire? Do you know what that is? Codependency was also something that came up as I was talking about enmeshment. So maybe some of you are prone to being very codependent. So separation is very triggering to you. Abandonment is very triggering to you. I'm also getting homesickness from this group. So there's like this tendency to attach to comforts, regardless of how the comfort is uplifting us or hindering us. I'm imagining a child who slept with the same stuffed animal and probably still has the same stuffed animal as an adult, or is very picky about food, likes to eat the same things as they were a child, like never really ate much else but their one like favorite meal. Just being easily attaching to things is a trend with this group. And there's a need to be a little bit more fluid and also individuate. I'm getting Venus. Venus in Cancer as well. I just wanted to put that out there. Or Venus in the 4th house. That's interesting. And there's something very childlike about this group, very sweet. There's a need to bring back the inner child as well with this group. To kind of lighten up a little bit, to be more playful, romanticize your life. The path. The void. That's the theme here. The void. Abundance. Purity and the path. So this is really strongly letting me know there's a need to purify the mind. There's a need to purify the imagination of what's possible. To recognize what's around you, to be more present to the opportunities that you do have. There's a lot of images of heightened energy in these cards as well. With the path, I'm seeing like a need to refocus. So purifying the mind and the body of whatever's happened by moving through it, and refocusing your energy on your desires. And your dreams, because that's going to lead you to true abundance, to what you deserve, to something more pure that matches your energy. And then this void space here is just like, there's like a lot of contrast. It's like you need to go through this darker period, this void of shedding and really feeling your emotions, and also to understanding who you are again and your desires, waking back up to that. And that, like, being in that void is what will purify you and then allow you to see opportunities that will lead you to this path of change. I feel like you're desiring something different, some newness, and it starts in the mind. I feel like this group is very magnetic. Okay, we'll take that. Energy field adjustment. So this group, as far as their emotions, says aura cleansing and health. So healing in that void space. Time and tide, oceanic spells and rituals. This makes me think of like a cleansing bath with sea salt, Florida water, or lavender oil, tea tree. Yeah, so cleansing, needing to cleanse. It connects to purity here, so cleansing your mind, body, and spirit. Visions. Okay. let's see. Visions, psychic images, clairvoyance, seeing, out-of-body travel. Okay, so this group is probably, I feel, the most likely to be more watery than the other groups, but I feel like you have an idea of what you desire, but in the midst of this transition, like, it's like some days you know and other days you don't because of your emotions. So there's like emotional waves that you're riding as you're trying to understand what's going on. But cleansing your energy and kind of recalibrating all of your systems, your mind, your body, your soul, your emotions, will allow you to see more clearly as well. I want to mention energy healing to this group. I feel weird mentioning that, but it keeps coming up. It's like Reiki. Tell them about Reiki. Reiki energy, if you know a Reiki practitioner, maybe some of you are thinking about it. Yeah, I feel like this group has very powerful manifestation abilities, and they have a very vivid imagination and dream space, and they're very good at visualization. I feel like visualization is a strength for you as far as like being able to materialize your desires. And it's important for this group to stay focused. To stay truly focused on what you want. And you can go for what you desire as you're healing. You don't have to wait. And maybe doing that will also be a part of your healing process. Magic manifestation. Yeah. Dude, y'all are... This, very, very powerful group. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. And I feel like that can go both ways. So be aware of your thinking. Be aware of your emotions. Be aware, be aware, be aware. Really? Move into your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. Another Egyptian card. So I don't know if you guys are very drawn to Egypt. I'm thinking of the balancing of the masculine and feminine. It's very beautiful. Yeah, this group has very strong potential. And maybe someone that matches them. If that's what you're looking for, if that's what you're trying to manifest, there's definitely someone that you can find that matches you. that's equally yoked with you. That's so interesting. Yeah, maybe this group must have a connection with Egypt. I only got one more card actually. Good 3. Let's see, let me check the good 3. Yeah, stay focused. I was on the fence of like whether you guys knew what you wanted or not, but I feel like a lot of you do. Like, maybe it hasn't been established, but you get images. Oh my gosh. Another Egyptian card, okay? This is so... I don't even know what to say. I hope you saw it come out. I'm at a loss, honestly. I don't know, like, if you chose group 3, I'm really curious, like, have you been drawn to Egypt? Do you believe in past lives? Do you feel like you have a connection to Egypt? Like, do you wear a lot of Egyptian type of jewelry? Like, what's going on? Like, I need to know. Like, I hope, like, please tell me if you chose group 3. I'm deeply curious. Horus, cosmic gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. This came out in reverse. Yeah, I think this group just needs to be more aware of their magnetism and attractive capabilities and power, and to cleanse as often as possible, because I feel like this group is very empathic. I mentioned enmeshment earlier, so just being aware of your emotions and your thoughts. Protecting yourself, because at the bottom of the deck was Green Tara. Supreme protection. You are protected, cords are being cut, move beyond limitations, and trust. Such a pretty... The drawings are so pretty. But I just feel it's important for this group to cleanse very frequently. So you can cleanse with any of the elements. You can imagine that the wind is blowing away all of your troubles, which... That sounds so corny. You can... I can't really think of anything with fire. Maybe writing things down and throwing them into the fire. Or moving your body, movement, sweating things out. Water would be a salt bath, sea salt bath. You can pray over it. You can use Florida water, lavender oil. You can charge energetically if you're into Reiki or energy healing, pranic healing, meditation, earth, grounding, forest bathing. So if any of those things resonate with you, I think this group is important for them because they are very energetically absorbent. It's very important for y'all to cleanse regularly, so that you can keep yourself of pure mind and able to focus. Protecting yourself, so if you know of any techniques of psychic protection, I know that's helped me a lot. I noticed that my mind is a lot quieter and clearer when I put up those shields and those energetic barriers, and if I'm constantly clearing. So if you consider yourself somebody who's very sensitive, which I feel like this group is, it's important to cleanse often. Cleanse often. And this goes back to the energy field adjustment. You want to make sure that you don't go too long without having those cleansing rituals, and you can cleanse through prayer as well, through your words, through speaking over yourself too, if you don't want to use incense, frankincense, myrrh, sage, palo santos, sound bowls, or just frequencies, sound frequencies. You can find those on YouTube, but it's super duper important for y'all to stay cleansed so you can stay focused and you can really like zero in on your desires, because you have like very potent raw ability to bring things in, to magnetize things in. So also be aware of that ability when it comes to things you don't want also. So test this out to build your faith and belief within your abilities. Okay. I'm also seeing Cancer moving through the 12th house. The 12th house, the 8th house. Okay, I think that's everything. Okay, thank y'all so much for watching and coming by and visiting. Let me know what you think down below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon.